GoEasternAthletics.com. We're here with head coach Amanda Fefel. Coach, 2-2 over the weekend. Sweet Midwestern State, and you got swept by Lubbock Christian. Tough games there.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about this weekend, and then also, Marissa Rodriguez has been playing well, pitching as well as batting. So I just want you to touch a little bit on her and what you've
Mhm.
seen through her the past couple weeks.
Yeah, so we'll go back to this weekend first. So obviously took to it Midwestern. Girls came out kind of firing on all cylinders. I think pitching, hitting, defense was solid. So like I said, we took care of the ball there. Different story at LCU. Booted some balls, missed throws, things like that. A lot of miscommunication as far as the defensive side. But going to Marissa, I think for me, she has stepped into, I think, what every coach wants to see from your seniors, just kind of going all out for her last season with us. And so I think she's really come into her own pitching wise. I know last year she had some injuries, but I think going into this year and going throughout, she has definitely came into different roles. She's come in relief for Miranda or Angie or anyone else. She's also got the starting role a lot of times. So I think just seeing her excel right now in the mound is a very good thing for us, but it's also a great thing for her and her last hurrah here. Yeah.
And we saw it when we came in here, but there's about 5-ish weeks left in the season, so the reality is this right now. 3-way tie with you, Western and St. Mary's for the final 2, I believe, transfer spots. Is that what's going on? They got the 8-9 playing?
Yeah, so 9 make it, and then 8-9 play each other just to go into an eight-man bracket at playoffs.
Okay, yeah, just a quintuple check, because I was originally under the impression that it was 8, but now 9. But either way, the reality is you're basically in the heat of it now, where every single game is amplified tenfold. You're going into a top-heavy end of your schedule with West Texas, Woman's, Kingsville, Angelo going to be here towards the very end of the year as well. With your extensive history coaching as an assistant, as a head coach, etc., historically, how have you personally felt in those kinds of situations with teams that are like, okay, every single day we don't know what's going to happen next, but every single day we're treating it like lives are on the line? Because obviously it's that sort of mentality going in, but it's magnified now.
Right. And so we're very transparent with the team when it comes to things like that. Sometimes we have some stat junkies. We have some people that really look at the LSC standings. We have kids that are invested. For me as a coach, we kind of just write it out for them as far as that goes. So we have 20 games left. We kind of hit that halfway mark right in conference going into this weekend. And so for us, this is kind of like you said, it's that deciding factor, when you kind of map out games that we have left versus opponents and other people. Anytime you want people to help you along the way that might lose or win, right? But you always want to take care of yourself and handle what we have to handle as a program and put ourselves in a good standing and a good position and not have to rely on anyone else. But with that being said, I think just letting the girls know, and we've had that conversation of, hey, yes, we are in a 3-way tie. Moving forward, when you map things out, I think 12 wins out of 20 puts us in a good position. You always want to win 20 out of 20, but you got to be realistic along the way as well. So for me, it's just always setting our team up to win and always be successful. But at the end of the day, like I said, they know what they're up against. They know their feet, with 20 games left, who we need to take games from, who we need to steal games from. I think that's the biggest thing in letting them know kind of where we are on the sliding scale in the LSC. So yes, we tell them all the time.
And just sort of to bounce off of that, there are definitely a lot of different coaches with a lot of different approaches to that kind of situation, where it's like you definitely are more, as you said, transparent with them. What gets you to choose that method over the other sort of, we're going to not listen to anything here. Still need to make sure that you know the reality of the situation, but drown out everything else around you.
Yeah, and I think that starts with our when we were here for preseason, like going over our team goals and our team expectations, I think the standard for our program has always been to make playoffs. I think that's just a standard that we've kind of established. And so for us, a lot of the girls, especially the returners, they've had that goal. They pretty much wrangled in the freshmen and the transfers, and that's kind of what our sight is set on. And so we have a lot of players. If you know our program, a lot of our kids want to know the why and how. And so for us as coaches, we provide that for them. And so, yes, you don't want them going into it, overthinking it, or hearing all the, we have to do this or we have to do that. But when they ask, hey, where are we standing and what we have to do, you give them the information. So again, we collaborate. We have, again, a team meeting the other night about things and how we need to get to where we need to get to. And that's basically what you're talking about on the whiteboard is, we put it out there for them so that they know where we stand, who we're facing, and what we need to do.
And how else to start the playoff push than, I don't know. The return series is over in Canyon on Saturday against West Texas. The rocky road to May begins in Canyon. Head coach Amanda Fefel, everybody.
Thank you.